All right, guys, this is Michael Winiger, CEO of Asante Organics, and tonight, wow, we got a fun-filled, packed call for you tonight, and then afterwards we might, we'll talk a little bit about. I want you to hear some of these unbelievable testimonials we got from some folks, and I want you to really understand what this company is all about because you're going to hear about a company that really never existed before since the inception of Asante Organics. And well, how can we make such a bold statement? Well, we are the only company in the marketplace around the world that is laser focused on 100% chemical free, 100% toxic free, and certified organic products. And if you decide to join us in becoming a part of the community, and what I'd like to, touch on is, we're here to be the culture and community that change is needed for our well-being, right? And that's really, really important because guess what? You gotta take care of yourself. And we're gonna hear some things. And with the world going green and the green movement is happening, there's that little space in that green movement that's nutrition, personal care, home, everything that you do every single solitary day. And from the minute you get up, whether you're a baby to a senior, a man, woman, you get up and you get done at the end of the day. And guess what? Put your head on your pillow and you go, wow, I did everything I did yesterday, but I never touched myself with one toxic chemical. That's the way life should be. That is. So we're going to hear a little bit about the company, and I'm not going to hesitate because we got an awesome, awesome speaker tonight, spoken on many stages around the world. This guy has done many trainings, written the the curriculum for some companies, and it's a pleasure to have him with us. He's a multi-million-dollar income earner from this home-based business space, and we couldn't be more excited to listen to Mr. John Macker this evening. Are you here?
I am here. Good to be here. Thanks for having me again. And a little bit about myself. I've been in the industry since 1993. I actually cut my teeth with the Big A. I got a lot of valuable training and a lot of valuable experience with that company. I applied all those recommended books and the stories on the recommended tapes that I had learned from people, and I gave myself a self-education in the people business, which is what we really do here. And I actually was in the automotive industry simultaneously to that. And I applied that training in my automotive career, and I became a sales manager of an Audi dealership in 1999. And then a couple of years had gone by, and I met a man that was involved in network marketing. He was actually the former assistant attorney for the state of Massachusetts, and he was a senior partner in a major Boston law firm. And he reached back out to me a couple of weeks after meeting this gentleman, and he shared a company with me that had a revolutionary new compensation plan where you only had two teams, one on the left and one on the right, and they had a product that people were experiencing rapid amounts of weight loss. And at that time, I was in my 30s, and I really didn't need to lose weight, but I did have a need in my life to make more money because I just received my third pay cut in the last 2 years, and they wanted us to work more and pay us less, which is typical corporate America, right? And so I got started in this company, and I hit the ground running. And within 2 years, I was a top 10 income earner in that company and became one of the company's millionaires. And yeah, became one of the lead trainers for that company. And there's a couple of people on here right now that were on that journey with me, and it was a fun one, and we got a lot of valuable experience along the way. And what I'd like to do is just share some things with you guys that we learned. These are all facts. You can look these up yourself on the CDC website and other various sources where I got this information. But how this applies to you, especially if you're new here, is everyone wants to know, well, why am I here? What's in this for me? What is the opportunity? Why would I want to spend my time on this webinar, this Zoom call? What's in it for me, right? Well, I'm going to share that with you right now. And let me see if I can go ahead and share my screen and get this going here. How many of you would like to become a world-class problem solver? Raise your hand. All right, I see a couple of people there raising their hands, and well, you're in the right place because we're going to teach you how to do that. But first, I think it's important for you to understand how does this apply to what it is that we're doing here in Asante. And let's just face it, America is in a health crisis. Last year, in 2023, 4.7 billion prescriptions were prescribed in America. A lot of people don't know this. A cadaver now takes 3 times longer to decompose than it did 60 years ago because all the chemicals and preservatives that are in most people's bodies. There's over 700 chemicals found in most tap water. More than 3.5 trillion is spent each year on our healthcare system. But is it really a healthcare system, or is it a sick care system? We have a very experienced doctor on here that could tell us exactly what it is. There's an epidemic right now of chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, depression, and diabetes. Being overweight contributes to over 60 health-related issues. Is there an epidemic? There's 2.1 million deaths from heart disease each year, 3.5 million heart attacks. Okay. I don't know what's going on there, but that's up 66% since 2019, 2.4 million deaths from cancer, 1.2 million strokes. 40% of that is now women, if you can believe that. Michael's trying to control my screen remotely. 75 million people with diabetes, 25 million people suffer with asthma, 74 million people suffer with arthritis. We know that the country is sick, and the opportunity in network marketing and to be that world-class problem solver that we're trying to be here is that we actually can help people become healthy. So this is an obesity trends chart that I thought was pretty cool. I came across this a few years ago, and this was back in 1985. And this is the data is for a BMI index of 30 pounds overweight for a 5'4" woman. The white represents no data. The light blue represents 10% of that respective state is 10% overweight. And then the darker blue represents 10 to 14%. Watch what happens as we go through the years. 1989, 1993, 1997. Now it goes up over 20% in some of the southern states there. 2001, up over 25% now. And I believe that's Georgia. So in 2006, 5 years later, 81% of Americans were considered to be overweight. That's with a population of 300 million, that's over 243 million people were considered to be overweight. Do you think that there's a problem? What you don't know may be killing you. This is a book by Dr. Don Colbert. Food has over 3,000 chemicals and over 10,000 chemical solvents, emulsifiers, and preservatives. There's 1,000 chemicals added each and every year. Most of these chemicals have not been tested for what they do to the human body. Grocery Warning by Mike Adams, how to recognize and avoid the groceries that cause cancer, heart disease, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and other common diseases. Do you think there's a correlation with the health crisis in our country and disease? A correlation with the chemicals that are in our food supply? Are you clean inside? Most people who eat the standard American goo and glue diet have about 5 to 10 pounds of matter stored in the colon. It is said that according to the autopsy, John Wayne had 40 pounds of impacted fecal matter in his body at death. Elvis reportedly had 60. Autopsies often reveal colons that are plugged up to 80% with waste material. This is a microscopic image of a picture of a fat cell. And what those little things are in there, those are toxins and impurities. And what we know to be true is that on the cover of this Newsweek magazine, it says, when fat attacks, how fat cells are waging the war on your health, and why dieting is no magic bullet. And the reason dieting is no magic bullet is because it doesn't address toxicity. So what happens is our bodies, as we have more chemicals and toxins in our bodies produce fat cells to enrobe these toxins to protect our vital organs from these fat cells. And the problem with that is, as you start to store more and more fat on your body, Dr. Dennis Harper he's a cardiologist, and he was a friend of mine. I was at dinner with him one night, and he shared with me, he said, John, just carrying around 20 pounds of visceral fat around your midsection is the equivalent of smoking half a pack of cigarettes on your heart a day. So have you guys ever gone to the gym and you see the same person there working out and sweating on the treadmill or on the bicycle, and they can't seem to lose any fat or inches? This is one of the main reasons why right here, is because they still have these toxins and these impurities in their bodies, right? What about childhood obesity? The number of overweight children worldwide will increase significantly by the end of the decade, and scientists expect profound impacts on public health care and economies. Studies today said nearly half of the children in North and South America will be overweight by 2010, up from 28% today, according to a report published by the Internal Journal of Pediatric Obesity. This is from the Denver Post. This was an article from the Denver Post many years ago. This is going to be the first generation that's going to have a lower life expectancy than their parents, he said. It's like the plague is in town and no one's paying attention. We live in a toxic world. This is a book written by Dr. Doris J. Rapp, in unborn babies. And I hate to talk about this because it's a slap. It's really a reality check. And a lot of mothers don't know this, but in unborn babies, they float 9 months in chemical DDTs and PCBs, and mother's milk contains the same dangerous pesticides. In children, over 20 studies show pesticides used inside and outside the home can cause leukemia, brain tumors, and lymphomas in women. They now have more damaged or developmentally or disabled babies, miscarriages, still infertility, and endometriosis than ever before. In men, most of us males can be ineligible as sperm donors. Now, here's the thing. Autism is up 1,100% since the year 2000. Do you think this might have anything to do with that? And this is more statistics on unborn babies carrying pollutants, and I don't even need to go into all that. The American Red Cross did a study of 10 samples of umbilical cord blood, and they just found numerous amounts of pesticides. And of these pesticides and chemicals, 287 chemicals were detected in umbilical cord blood. We know that 180 of them cause cancer in humans or animals, and 217 are toxic to the brain and nervous system and cause birth defects. So everything was fine when air was air, when water was water, when food was actually food, and when poison was poison. The problem is now it's in everything we breathe and drink. And even if you drink bottled water, do you think that the plastic that water is bottled in, if it was sitting out in the sun or got hot or anything, do you think that that's safe? So, I mean, if you're drinking filtered water, that's great, that you should be alkalized water. But I mean, it's in everything, right? National Geographic did a publication on the places we must save. This is an X-ray of a 10-year-old cadaver that died from lead poisoning. That's lead poisoning in this child's body. We clean and maintain everything, right? We change the filters in our furnace. We change the filter, our oil filter in the car, the air filter in the car. What about our internal body? I mean, what's going to happen to our car if we never change the oil? Eventually, it's going to clog up and stop running, right? So CNN did a report that they are now finding large traces of jet and rocket fuel in fruits and vegetables, and even in mother's breast milk. We're all exposed to thousands of toxins and chemicals on a daily basis at work, in the home, through the air we breathe, our food and water supply, and through the use of pharmaceutical drugs. In addition, we're eating more sugar and processed foods than ever before in human history, and regularly abuse our bodies with various stimulants and sedatives. Last week, I mentioned that the average American, it's estimated, consumes 12 pounds of sugar a year, and I was wrong. 22 pounds. The average America consumes 22 pounds of sugar on an annual basis. The result of all these chemical impurities has been that the filters of the body gets clogged and cannot function, right? What about this? This is a Senate report. Do you know that most of us today are suffering from certain dangerous diet deficiencies which cannot be remedied until the depleted soils from which our foods come from are brought into proper mineral balance? The alarming fact is that foods, fruits, and vegetables and grains now being raised on millions of acres of land no longer contain enough certain needed minerals and they're starving us no matter how much of them we eat. No man or woman of today can eat enough fruits and vegetables to supply our stomachs with the minerals we require for perfect health because our stomachs aren't big enough and we are running to big stomachs. So this document is United States Senate document number 264 from the 74th Congress, second session. And it was written, oh, let me just read this last paragraph to you. Senate document 264 was written in 1936 and submitted as part of a congressional investigation into U.S. farming practices. The leading authorities of the day had been sounding the alarm that the depleted soils were causing a significant decline in our nation's health, evidenced by a steady increase in degenerative disease. But when Congress saw the price tag on repairing the nation's farm and range soils, they swept their own investigation under the rug. Do you think it's any better now? 90 years later? I don't think so. So is it important to supplement? Absolutely it is. The pH scale, many of us have heard of the pH scale in the body. There are two types of pH. There's blood pH, while that doesn't vary much, and there's a saliva pH. The pH scale goes from 0 to 14, with 7 being neutral and 14 being the highest. If you have a pH from 0 to 7, you are considered to be acidic, which is where discomfort and disease exists in the body. If you look at the word disease in the dictionary, it's actually split in half. The body is at dis-ease. That's all it is. The body is at dis-ease. If your pH levels are from 7 to 14 range, your body is hydrated, which is the key to optimal health. But if you're also too hydrated, that's not good either, because you're not keeping any nutrition in your body at all, right? So the key is to be around 7.2 to 7.4 is proper alkalinity. Alkalize or die, right? Fact, and no disease can live in an alkaline environment. Asante nutritional products are formulated to help alkalize your body. By becoming alkaline, your body starts to heal itself. We've heard Dr. Becky talk about this many, many times on her presentations, that our bodies are the miracle. When you feed the body what it needs and give the body what it's been dying for so long and starving for, the body then starts to heal itself, and that's the miracle, right? Enzymes. There are 3 primary type of enzymes. There's food enzymes, which are weakened or killed the minute you overcook, microwave, or freeze your food. That's really important to understand that, guys. All right? You weaken or kill the food enzymes the minute you overcook them, certainly microwave them, or freeze your food. I heard from someone who was doing a training, a nutritionist, that said that when you microwave your food, you actually reverse the protein molecule in there. So if you throw a frozen burrito in the microwave and say it has 10 grams of protein per serving, when you pull that burrito out and eat it, there's no protein in there at all. It actually kills the protein enzyme when you microwave your food. Digestive enzymes are located in the saliva in your mouth. Digestive enzymes transport the nutrition to your cell, right? Metabolic enzymes are used to rebuild your cells as well as detoxify your body. All of our products are toxic-free, USDA certified, organic, and they help with alkalinity. They help with alkalinity, microbiome and gut health, immune system health, energy, weight loss, improve mood, inflammation and pain, and they can help with sleep when you heal the body, right? How many of you would like to get better sleep? I know I would. All right, so Michael, I'm going to turn it back to you for a second. If you want to have some people share a few of their testimonials, that would be great.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Hey, guys, I want to I want to throw out a testimonial for and have a gentleman come on and speak that actually was probably one of the first 5 people ever in this company when we started the company. So first I'd like to have up Mr. Steve Stay. I'm sure he's here.
I'm here, Michael.
Perfect.
This is the first time I've been on since we were down and saw you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys haven't made it to Arizona and met Michael and Dr. J and Angie and Linda, gosh, the team down there, you're in for a treat when you do. what you see is what you get. And that was really refreshing. I hadn't seen Michael in almost 20 years. And uh, yeah, I just had to stop by and express my gratitude because for 8 years I've been dealing with chronic deep bone pain. I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia, Epstein-Barr, a bunch of other. You see enough doctors, they're going to diagnose you with something, and some things that I wasn't real happy about either that could lead to the big C word. But uh, I spent those 8 years not just waiting, but throwing every dime I had towards, probably spent well over six figures on treatments and products and different therapies, everything allopathic therapies to natural ones, and could get a little bit of help, but it didn't happen till 5 months ago. And I'm a slow learner sometimes, but I do learn. Michael's had these greens and reds for 14 years. And 5 months ago, I opened up to start on those. Was going through a knee replacement surgery and used the Phyto Cleanse. And within a week, at 70 years old, I had my life back. And I've been a little hesitant, wondering, is this going to last? But say we're 5 months into it now, and things just keep getting better. And uh, don't don't be like Steve. Jump in, take it all. I did. I started everything. We went through all the care products, from personal care to home care products, everything. Let's just since those work so well, I said we got to just jump in on this. And man, are we glad we did. So that's my story. And thanks again, Michael, for hanging in there with me.
Hey, thank you, Steve. You're an awesome, you and your wife, your family, awesome souls. It's unbelievable. So happy you're got to, I myself was happy you stopped by. I haven't seen you in 20 some years, and here we
Yeah.
were. It was fun.
And Linda just finished a half marathon, her first half marathon. She
Yeah. And I remember
did.
when she
And
was at the office, she was saying that, she wouldn't be able to do that without the
no,
products.
absolutely. The recovery has been amazing. I've got a grandson that lives in your area. He's a little person, but he's quite the athlete, and he just got picked to play on a professional little person team. They travel the world. He got the call to do that, and even Maddie is saying, "I can't believe how well I recover being on these products," and so he's sold.
Great. Beautiful. Guys, you know what? A really awesome person. And she she has such a transformation. It's unbelievable. And I'm going to bring Joelle on. And Joelle, you can unmute and tell your story.
Hi, everyone. Well, my story started with being overweight after having my first baby, and I'm almost 60 years old now, and it's taken me this long to lose weight. I've gone through several products, several companies. Every time something worked, everything was changed on me. Fast forward to Asante. I tried the products. I was a little scared. I tried out with the hair, just the hair products, because I was like, well, if it makes my hair look good, then maybe the other products will work. Uh, and I kept hearing that Michael did not change his formulations and that things would stay the same. So then I started to trust it and started the greens and reds, and I fell in love with the cell salts first, actually. And then I just decided that after listening to Michael talk about alkalizing, that that was the way to go. So I started alkalizing, and you can see my progress on Facebook if you friend me, because my pictures tell the whole story.
How much weight did you lose? Totally.
107 now.
Nice. Nice.
That's awesome.
And guys, thank you, Joelle. Something else that came to mind real quick. Today, I was on a phone call with Mint. She's on the line, and I was talking to her on the Zoom. we're talking to somebody, and it was funny because this person is, she's around and then she's not around, she's around, she's not around. And then I says, Mitt, you got to talk to this girl. And because every time what happens is that this particular person, um, they, I don't know if life gets in the way or whatever, but they always call me and now they're feeling bad. They're not feeling well. And then, like she said she got on the products, got back on the products, and 2 days later, just on the greens and the reds. And because we infused those nutritional products with the negative 750 ionic charge, they work very, very quickly. And, she couldn't even put a pH strip in her mouth and even register any number. And within 48 hours, she was back over 7.2. So, guys, you got to really take a good hard look at this stuff, because every single product, and we got over 100 of them, works really, really well. And we got a nutritional line that got nominated for, products in there got nominated for a Nobel Prize. We have a personal care and home care line that has earned 14 Greenpeace Awards, International Greenpeace Awards. We've been on the NBC network as having the strongest alkalizing products in the world. And then every TV, Good Morning America, to the Today Show, every one of those types of shows, the doctors, we've been all over the media with this, with the product line. So now it's time to get it out, and get it out in a very quick way from a organic influencer standpoint, because the majority of the company or people in the company saw us on TV, and they're the customers. So back to you, John.
All right. Well, I have my own personal testimony too. A couple of years ago, my wife got a phone call, and when she hung up the phone, she was in tears. And I asked her what happened, and she said my mother was just diagnosed with the big C. And she was, very emotional, and that shook me up quite a bit. And so I called Michael, and we got another gentleman on the phone who was very, very experienced in with this stuff, and we put her mother on the greens and the sprout sterols protocol, and within 7 months, she decided not to go with the protocols that the doctors were recommending, which, as you all know, is radiation and all that horrible stuff that not only does it kill the C, it kills everything, right? And so she decided against that, and we put her on the greens and the sprout sterols protocol, and within 7 months, she was clear. So I know these products work, and that's why I'm here. And that's why I'm so passionate about sharing these products with the world. And word of mouth is the most powerful form of advertising. And so that's what I want to talk about next. So look, network marketing is just simply word of mouth marketing. Our compensation plan is you have two teams, right? You have a left team, you have a right team. Now, in this plan, there's no blocking and no caps, right? So all you got to do is get qualified yourself with 75 points, and roll one on your left and roll one on your right that does the same thing. Teach them to do the same thing. And as they start sharing it with more people and more people and more people, all of a sudden your business starts to grow. And by the time that you would get to the 15th level, if two people share it with two people that share it with two people that share it with two people, by the time you get to the 15th level, you would have over 32,000 people in your organization.
Pop your screen down so we can see you.
You can't see me?
Well, we see testimonials.
Yeah, it won't
Now
it won't go to the next. Let me just stop my share. Okay, there we go. So anyways, very simple plan. Just share it with two people, teach them to share it with two people. The interesting thing about the power of duplication of numbers is that if two people share it with two people that share it with two people, by the time that gets to the 15th level, you'd have over 32,000 people in your organization. And here's the interesting thing about that. If that chain is not broken, it could happen in 15 days. Now, we know that doesn't happen, but what if it happened in 15 weeks? What if you had 3,200 people in your organization in 15 weeks? What if it took 15 months? I mean, how much money would it take for you to become financially independent? To put your retirement together. For most people, it's about $5 or $6 grand a month. That's about 1,500 to $2 grand a week. That doesn't take it doesn't take very long to be able to generate that kind of income with Asante. This is the most lucrative compensation plan in the entire industry. And I know because I've been involved with several different compensation plans in this industry, not just the binary. I've been involved with a unilevel. I've been involved with a matrix. I've been involved with hybrids. Not to mention that, okay, you're getting paid 10% on your pay leg volume or 5% of each leg, however you want to break it down. You get paid on all the volumes that come in, but you also can earn up to 100% check match in this compensation plan. And that's unheard of in the industry. That is completely unheard of. As a matter of fact, one of the highest in the industries is about 30%. The rest goes to corporate, goes to the bottom line, goes to the owners of the company. So I'll just tell you right now, you are in the right place at the right time. Like Michael said, this is a very small database. The companies, and this is actually something that I want to touch on. And I think this really adds credibility to the integrity of Michael and Danny and Asante, is that, this company's been around for 20 years and they've never changed the plan. That's integrity. I mean, the company I was with changed the one that I made several $1 million with. They changed their plan 3 times in the first 18 months. This company's never changed their plan. They've never missed a check. And, people often say, well, we got this new, I get calls all the time. I'm friends with a lot of networkers in the industry, and they call me, what are you up to, checking in, and they're trying to recruit me and whatever. And, they have a gimmicky new product or a new peptide, or they have a product that tricks the body into doing this, or it tricks your pituitary gland into doing this. And let me tell you this, I know this for a fact. Any product that tricks your body into doing something that it would normally not do when your body is functioning normally cannot be good for your body long term. That's just common sense to me. Any product that tricks your body into doing something that it normally would not do when it's functioning normally will have long-term health effects on your body. So, I mean, after 30 years in this industry, I stay away from gimmicky products. I just stay away from them. Sometimes at the end of the day, you just got to put good, clean nutrition in your body and let the body heal itself, like Dr. Becky says, right? And what I love about Asante is I never lose sleep at night about putting anybody on these products, ever, whether they make a dollar in this business or not. But it's up to you. The sky's the limit. I mean, you could make more than 6 figures a month in this company if you chose to. There's no limits. I mean, the mind is like a parachute. Works a lot better when it's open, right? And so I apologize about the technical difficulties. When you're focused, you have one train of thought here. I want to get through this presentation, and then it kind of tricked me up a little bit. And so I apologize about that. If you're a new person here, we'll get through it. We'll clean them up. I'm going to keep working on this presentation, and I'm going to simplify it. I'll make it very simple and very easy and very duplicatable, and I'll make it available for all of you if you want to use it for your presentations. And I'm here to help each and every one of you. If you guys ever need help with a 3-way call, if you can't get a hold of Michael or your upline or whatever, I'm happy to help you in any way, shape, or form I can. So Michael, I'll go ahead and turn it back over to you.
Thank you very much. I'll talk to you guys about one thing or 2 things like when we were talking about the compensation plan. John is right. We've never changed the compensation plan. We're not going to change the compensation plan. We never have. I think the worst thing a company can ever do, and it amazes me because, see, John and Becky were pioneers in a certain company, and they got in that company when the company was making $19 million a year, and took that company over $1 billion in sales. And there's somebody that I invited to this Zoom this evening, and they were not a part of the company of the same company that John and Becky, they were a part of the same company, but not in the same era, right? Not in the same time that John and Becky were in. And I was having a talk with this person today, and they told me they were like, yeah, they almost, I mean, wrote off this whole industry because in the same exact company that John and Becky were in, they did another change to the compensation plan, and her check was at $7,000 a month. And the next check after they changed the comp plan, $54. Oh my gosh. Worst thing you can do is start messing with people's money. You know, I wouldn't want it done to me. We don't do it to anybody else. But we have a very, very unique opportunity. The largest certified organic superstore in the world, And you can franchise it out to anybody you want. And I'm going to turn it over to my brother, Daniel, for a couple minutes. And then you can turn it back to me and we'll end it out. So Daniel, you here?
Sure. Sure. So if I was to add anything on the business side, it would be about timing and positioning, because timing and positioning are extremely crucial when creating wealth. Okay. And what I mean by that is timing, you getting involved early in the beginning with Asante Organics, because look, whether I like it, anyone on this Zoom likes it, the world is going green with or without you. It truly is a once in a lifetime business opportunity here at Asante Organics. The world's going green once, and you get one shot at becoming rich, retired, and wealthy from the green movement. Because right now, about 9% of the world is green. You don't want to get involved when it's 90%. It's too late. All the millionaires have been made. All the wealth has been made from the green movement. Now you got Forbes magazine, business journals around the world calling the green movement the next paradigm shift in life. A fancy way of saying a product or device, once brought to market 8-10 years down the road, give or take, it's a way of life. And they're very rare. Most human beings will experience 1 to 2 in a lifetime. And the last chance any of us had to get involved was back in 1982. Okay, I was 18 years old. Mr. Jobs creates a computer, Mr. Gates creates software, and the internet's born. Now, if you were first online in the 80s selling anything from toothpicks to toothbrushes to wristwatches to picture frames to blinds for your windows, I don't care, anything, you are a multimillionaire today. Go online, open your store selling whatever you like, and see if you become a multimillionaire. And I would say your chances are slim to none, because there's hundreds or thousands of stores globally online on the internet selling. Okay. Now, we missed out on the last paradigm shift, but guess what? You are in the next paradigm shift. The internet created more millionaires than any other product category niche in history, and they project the green movement to create more millionaires than the internet did, because the products we have are not luxury products. They are staples in people's homes and in people's lives. I don't care if you make 10 grand a year, 10 million a year, anything in between. 9 out of 10 people around the world wake up every morning and they stretch and they yawn, they get in the shower and they flip it on and they do their thing. People don't think about buying shower gel, shampoo, conditioner. You get out, you dry yourself off, you put your lotion on, you go to the sink, you brush your teeth, put your deodorant on. These are ancillary products, another fancy way of saying products people use every single day without thinking about it. When you get low on your shampoo, when you get low on your toothpaste, you don't think, well, by next time you're at the store, you purchase it. Okay. So the beautiful thing about our business opportunity is there's no selling. No selling. You got all these companies out there with magic lotions, potions, pills, powders, patches, drinks. First of all, if you want true residual income for life, if they get on your magic lotion, potion, pill, powder, patch, whatever, they need to stay on it for the rest of their lives. And the chances of that, again, are slim to none. But I'll tell you what, the chances of everyone taking a shower on a daily basis are very, very high, because that's what most people do, right? So no selling. What we do is we educate people on the products that they already buy every single month and they use every single day on them and their loved ones. So to break it down and make it real simple, this company is as simple as A and B. A are all the products currently in people's homes, in their showers, on their countertops, with hundreds of chemicals, and not chemicals linked to skin or eye irritation, but chemicals linked to serious disease and illness like liver and kidney problems, Alzheimer's, dementia, reproductive problems in females, cancer. I can go on and on. Okay. And now there's B, Santi Organics. All those same products made with ingredients that are proven to nourish and heal the body versus make you sick. I never had one person say, when I asked them, so what would you want to use? A or B? Never had one person say, oh, hey, Daniel, the ones with the chemicals linked to all that serious disease and illness. No. Because once you know, and you can't unknow. So what a beautiful business where you're not trying to, pitch someone on trying this magic lotion, potion, pill, powder patch, all the stuff you're just going to educate them on the products that they're already buying every month. And they're already using every single day on them and their loved ones. And can make a really nice living doing so. So timing and positioning, right? And I say this all day long and let it sink in. If you can get involved in a way of life before it becomes a way of life, you're a wealthy individual. We missed out on that last chance in the 80s. If you're first online selling anything, you're a multimillionaire today. But guess what? You're in front of a way of life. Not me, Mike, Dr. JJ telling you, anyone. Forbes magazine, business journals around the world are calling the green movement the next paradigm shift in life. Once people know, and now there's a company out there that makes all these products for you and your loved ones, 100% chemical-free, toxic-free, and organic. They're not using the chemicals anymore. Why would you? So timing, you're getting in early in the beginning with Asante Organics in front of a way of life. And we're positioned, like I said, in front of that way of life. So crucial stuff. I want to thank everyone for being on the Zoom tonight. I could go on and on, but we're getting a little late here. So I will throw it back to Mike and he can add anything he'd like.
Well, just think about that, getting paid to shop and earning cash back on all your online purchases, converting what you already spend and buy into earnings. Wow. And I'm going to leave you with this, guys. Two things. One is be here early Thursday night. We got Dr. Becky coming on. So we're going to have a little doctor, give me the news on Thursday. And we'll have some friends on there as well. We'll have some testimonies, I'm sure. And you know what? I was told this 3 months ago. It'll stick with me for the rest of my life. And I will say this every single time we have a Zoom, because it should really be gets really sunk into your soul. And that is, you know what, Mike? This is what was said. At the end of the day, whatever you do, and we're talking about, we live in here. I don't live in here. We live in here. We live in here. This is what we need to be taking care of. What we're putting inside, what we're putting on top. It's really, really important. At the end of the day, no matter what you do, no matter how small or how large it is that you do it, you're either doing one of two things. You're participating in your life or you're participating in your death. And it's just that simple. You know what? You get to choose. Taking care of yourself and your health is your responsibility. Like Danny said, now you got a choice. And that's why we exist. That's why our community, our culture. And, don't think that that people don't get it, because today it was just a weird thing that I was on Facebook and I don't know what I was doing. I was on my laptop actually before I went to work. So this was about 6:30 this morning, and I was skimming across and there was a group in there, and it said, you might want to be a part of this group. It's an alkalizing group, how to live with an alkaline body or something like that. And there's 62,000 people in there. Think they, I'll tell you what, they get it. They get it. Creating an environment where no dis-ease can exist. And again, so take all this stuff, take it to heart, look at what's going on here. And, whether you become an organic influencer or maybe you just become a wholesale customer, you're taking care of yourself. And again, at night, you're feeling wonderful because you didn't touch yourself with one chemical, only plants, 100% chemical free, 100% toxic free, certified organic plants. That's it. And I want to thank you all for being here tonight. I want to thank Mr. John Macker and everybody who participated. Thank you very, very much. Thanking everybody at the offices. We all work really hard to do what we do to bring these products to you, get them in your possession as fast as possible. I know there's somebody here, actually 2 people here tonight from Australia. I got another lady here that I spoke to just before this happened. And I want to thank everybody from around the world that's on here. And God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your businesses. And we will see you again here, same time, same link at Thursday, 5:30 Pacific time, which will be 8:30 Eastern time. Have a blessed evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us. Appreciate you all.
Thank you.